All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the last one in this case, guys. The last one here. So same idea in this case, guys, solving for y. First thing I'm going to go ahead and move to the opposite side in this case, guys, is going to be this x. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract an x and subtract an x. Keep in mind, guys, not like terms, so I'm just going to be writing them side by side. So I have a negative 2y is less than a negative x minus 4. Now, from here in this case, guys, my goal is to leave the y alone. In this case, guys, leave the y alone. So I'm going to go ahead and divide by a negative 2 and divide by a negative 2 and by a negative 2. All right. Notice in this case, guys, we are dividing, like I mentioned to you guys, by a negative. So whenever we're dividing the inequality by a negative, hopefully you guys remember that my inequality is going to switch direction. So now in this case, guys, it's going to be a greater than symbol. And once again, this only happens when you divide or multiply by a negative number. And that number has to be the one that carries the variable, right? In this case, the y. I'm going to go ahead and simplify this out, guys. Negative 1 divided by negative 2 is actually going to be a positive, right? Because we know that a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then negative 4 divided by negative 2 is a positive 2. That there is my inequality, right? So a note. If the number or coefficient in this case, guys, the number with y is negative, and you divide, then the inequality changes direction. I'm pretty sure there's better wording for this here, guys, but direction. But I already started it, so I'm sure there's better wording for this here. But once again, in this case, guys, the number that carries, in this case, the y in this case, because we're solving for y, if that number in this case, guys, is a negative, when we divide by it, our inequality is going to be changing direction just like it did here. So let's go ahead and identify two things, guys. Slope is now 1/2, and the y-intercept is 2. Keep in mind, guys, our slope is 1/2, which is going to be going up 1, right 2. Or, because there's an or, I could actually go down 1, left 2. And how this works in this case, guys, is we know that if I do a positive divided by a positive, that's going to give me, let me write it on the bottom. If I do a positive divided by a positive, I know that that's positive. And if I do a negative divided by a negative, I know that that's also positive. So I could go either direction here, guys, either direction. So let's go ahead and graph it. X and Y. Actually, I will not be doing that part. I'll be doing this here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to start in this case, guys, start at the y-intercept, which is 2, and I am here. My slope, we said, is going up 1 and right 2. Or I did mention go down 1, left 2, and we are here. And notice, guys, in this case, that actually helps me create my line. All right. And this is going to be a dashed line. In this case, guys, dashed line, because of the inequality, dashed line. And it's going to be shaded above. So this is dashed, because it's this here, it's dashed and shaded above. So it's going to be shading all of this here.